an ancient secret church dungeon, dedicated to the study of supernatural horrors. Perhaps the sons of man's greatest secret. All other documentation on it has likely been destroyed. Named St. George's Keep, after the legendary Christian martyr, said to have been a Roman officer around the 4th century. According to legend, he was a dragon slayer, a possible reason for the dungeon's name. This place is referenced several times throughout my ancestors' writings, and the location of every photograph in this album. Hidden within a semi-ruined cathedral complex, it housed literally dozens of supernatural creatures. I won't reveal what I believe to be the location, but will say the ruins still stand. What was the purpose of St. George's Keep? Take a quick look through the subterranean cells, at the myriad imprisoned horrors once held within the impregnable fortress that sat atop hallowed ground for multiple decades. According to my ancestors' writings, this was a place of deep study and research. The old stone walls held almost every supernatural creature capable of being captured, in hopes of learning how best to combat them. It also stated here that it was my forefather, the paladin Reinhold Aldry, who captured many of these specimens. That it was his son, Harold Aldry, that collected the photographs into an album, and grandson, Harold Jr., who entrusted them to the vampire Alexandra for safekeeping. It seems that she spent a time as a prisoner of the keep herself. She's allowed me to show her photos, claiming to look far different now. And it was she who passed the album along to me, claiming it to be my birthright.
Many of you are asking me once again how such photographs could have possibly been taken, questioning the year, how they were able to hold still for the photos, as well as the means of their capture. To start, all of these photos were taken within the walls of St. George's Keep. These beasts were all locked in place. Now, while 19th century camera equipment was primitive by today's means, by the mid to late 1800s, it was very possible to take a photo in just a couple seconds. And of course, the vast wealth and power of the Catholic Church afforded them technology undreamed to others even during the era, leaving only the question of these monsters' capture. The answer lying in the Paladin Order of Charlemagne, a 1,000-year brotherhood that stood until the late 1800s. Magically imbued, superpowered knights dating back to the Holy Roman Empire. These wholly empowered super warriors were able to capture the various monstrosities and bring them to the keep for study.
How exactly were such supernatural creatures held captive in a simple stone dungeon? The sons of man planned well in this endeavor, capturing the creatures with its multitude of soldiers, various types of hunters, magical high exorcists, and holy power-imbued paladin knights. But take a look beyond the capture, to these monsters' final destination. Within these walls, various techniques were used to hold the supernatural. For some, it was as simple as strong metal chains, as seen with this werewolf. Larger custom links were used as well, stretched out here by tremendous force. For the more magical or demonic entities, binding sigils of various origins were used to hold them in place, though these were frequently chained up as well, for added safety. Given the nature of how they feed off humans, other creatures were confined to incredibly tight coffin-like cells, allowing human guards and researchers to keep a safe distance while dealing with them. Incredibly, the Order also dug out caverns under the keep to create cells with shallow saltwater pools, within which they could hold various of the smaller horrible creatures of the deep sea. There were, however, many beings far too strange and powerful to hold in any such confinement.
It's a question I get asked a lot on my posts and on my lives. Where is the location of St. George's Keep? The harrowing dungeon that I keep making videos about, where the most monstrous creatures to ever exist on Earth were held captive for study. The truth is, those old stone cells no longer stand. The keep fell over 100 years ago, leaving ruins virtually untouched to this day. And while I've obviously got a good idea where this is, I do not plan on disclosing it, because there is something from the keep that I believe still haunts those grounds. The creature most feared by the guards that walked those old halls. Harold Aldry was not present during the keep's fall, but did write down second-hand reports of the events.
The human-demon hybrid, and how it caused the dungeon to fall. This creature required the church's high exorcists as well as paladin knights to capture. Held deep in the Sons of Man's secret monster dungeon, the guards feared it more than any other. The Cambion, a vile abomination, born out of the union of cultists calling forth demons from hell, and the very entities they've summoned. These resulting offspring are written to be the devil's soldiers. Take a look at the one held in the keep, enhanced and filtered. He left the dungeon a ruin. After years of confinement, in a trance-like state, seeming to commune with high demons, receiving orders from hell, the Cambion broke from his chains and laid waste to the keep. In the commotion, most prisoners were put down, though some escaped in the chaos, and others haunt the grounds to this very day.
The Alry family bestiary. Venture now through the pages of this tome. See images of the numerous supernatural creatures and cryptids once held in the dungeon, St. George's Keep, and read through the incredible documented knowledge of the Alry line of monster hunters. Explore these pages to uncover hidden knowledge passed down through at least 7 generations, with information about multiple types of vampire, demons from the bowels of hell, different breeds of werewolf, mysterious sea creatures, beings of the Fey realm, and massive beasts of myth. The incredible story of one of those hunters' experience working with a Celtic witch. An ancient fairy tale of the troll hunter whose actions led to the greatest hunter organization in history. All of these stories and more available here. And more is yet to come as I document the harrowing story of the Alry's greatest adversary, Dimitri Vadeska, the Unmaker, a vampire sorcerer. Burned into something worse from his time in hell. Learn his full story soon.